Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and I hope you guys are doing great. So in my today's video, I'm going to discuss with you about a company called Aimtron Electronics Ltd. We're going to go through their recent year-end result and H2 result, and we're definitely going to go through their con call summary and understand the most important points from what are the important things that the management said, what they are trying to do to grow, and especially what is the revenue guidance for the future? So if you look at their business model, right? So they are in ODMs, like original design manufacturing, where they, they do electronic system designs and manufacturing services. And over here, what they do, right? And what is their capabilities, right? They are only into this high value precision engineering product. So they do not do they, even though they serve various markets from auto, industrial, railways, aerospace, defense, medical healthcare, power, telecom, agrotech, you can call everything, Internet of Things, robotics. They serve all these sectors, but their focus is very clear. Their concentration is on the niche side, which is high value with precision engineering product. They do not just do these, EMS services for the normal low value products. And if you look at their YOY result, right, especially for H2, the revenue increased by almost 76% to 178 crores, and PAT was up by almost 78% to 25 crores. And if you look for the whole year revenue, it grew by almost 89% to 301 crores, and PAT was up by almost 79% to 46 crores. And if you look at their revenue breakup between the two segments, right, PCB and box build. So PCB is nothing like the printing circuit board, which is the main circuit board where they do all the weldings and everything. Ballwick box build is building the whole structure. So if I give you an example in a very simple term, PCB you can relate it to as an engine. Box build you can relate it as the whole structure of the car, at the back of which the engine can be used, right? So PCB contributed to around 35% and box build contributed to around 65% of the revenue. And if you look at their order book, right? So the order book at the end of FY26 stood at around 521 crores, which is an increase of almost 176% YOY from FY25 at the end of FY25. And in the pipeline, they have another around close to 70 to $80 million worth of project. So, so these are the main things related to the order book. And if you look from the increase in raw material prices and the impact of the geopolitical things, because we need to understand, right? They are into this, creating this high value engineering product which they require semiconductors, RAMs and all those things. So obviously the question would generally arise, right? The prices are increasing, so what are going to be the impact and everything? So the management was very clear that they do not have impact directly and they are not the direct customers. So even when the cost comes to them, they inform the customers from whom they are building with it, and they transfer this cost to those uh, customers. So they do not see any impact directly to them at all. But they definitely confirm that there is a semiconductor shortage in the market, but they are ensuring that for their project and the orders that they have already procured everything in advance so that there is no delay. And there was another question which came up in terms of competition, and I think this question would have come in many companies related to EMS, is related to L&T, because if you would have recently heard the news, L&T, right, Larsen and Toubro has entered into the electronic manufacturing space and electronic service design and manufacturing space, right? So the management was very clear. See, yes, L&T has come, but they do not worry about it because first of all, said that the market is huge. The total addressable market is close to 1 trillion US dollars. So, and L&T cannot satisfy everything, first of all. So they do not see any issue. And the other thing, what they said, right? Because they are into this specific niche product, and for that, the requirement is quite different. He's saying such large companies might not be able to compete directly at that level because the kind of quality that Aimtron can provide, and they compare to themselves like it's like a Titanic versus speedboat. So L&T is a Titanic. The way they can move is very slow, but Aimtron is like a speedboat which they can maneuver very easily and move very fast according to the requirement. So that is one of the one thing. So they're not worried about this competition at all. And if you look from the expansion perspective, right, how they are planning to grow their revenue and what are the things that they're doing. If you look from the acquisition perspective, so last year they acquired a US company called as International Control Services. So future revenue potential from this company alone is around 280 to 300 crore, which is almost like what the overall revenue that they have right now. At the same time, they are doing a greenfield project in Vadodara, which for which they have acquired the land. Over here, they will do an in-house manufacturing of injection molding in sheet metals, which was earlier outsourced. And the other thing what they're trying to do, right? They are entering into this new segment of optical transceivers. You might be asking, Masood, what is that? So this is actually used in high-speed networking, data centers, and advanced networks. And these optical transceivers support the speed from 1G to 50G plus. And the other important thing is, right, currently for all these telecom and all the companies who use these optical transceivers, right, India is highly dependent on import. So they want to become a substitute for this import, and their target is to become a leading domestic manufacturer of this optical transfer, which is quite a big target. But that's what they are looking for, and they're saying, and it aligns with the government's plans of localization, and they've applied for these PLI schemes also. Another thing what they spoke about is certifications, right? Certifications are very important in such kind of business, right? Because see, they are manufacturing such critical stuff, right? So any company who wants to go and give their orders to them, they want to ensure that they are properly certified, so they know that the quality that they're getting is top notch. Because at the end of the day, if there's an issue with the quality, the final consumer will complain, which again the company will have a problem. So last year they got certifications in agrotech, in aerospace, which is helping them to grow their business. At the same time, they have got the certification number they just mentioned. I don't know what that number is actually notes to. It's called 13485, uh, which helps them, right? Like they can supply to global companies for medical technology products, right? So that is actually quite a great sign. So they're getting all these certifications for help them to grow also, which will help them. And if you look at the terms of guidance, right? So the management is very clear that they are planning to grow their revenue in the next couple of years to 1,000 crore, which is almost like tripling the revenue in the next 2 years. And they're saying that they're going to do a revenue growth of around 40 to 50% CAGR. For at this point of time, they don't require any further capex. But what they're saying that after the 2 years, right, when they're able to achieve this 1,000 crore of revenue, right, over there, after that, they will see what extra capex they required. Currently, the only capex that they might require is some small related to maintenance and adding some small few lines. Otherwise, nothing. So if you look at the company, the revenue is growing good. They are doing all the right acquisitions. They have all the plans. They're getting the certification. And I think this optical transceiver can be the game changer, and especially if they're able to become, India's leading domestic manufacturer for these. Because first of all, the Indian companies who use this product do not have to depend upon the imports, and it will obviously open a huge opportunity for them. But let's see how well they are going to do. I'll definitely going to keep an eye on them, and track this business. And if you guys like the analysis, please do hit like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you and God.